from my point of view, having dealt with mental health issues, anxiety, depression, I feel like, don't be scared to talk to a professional, because really, the person I speak to, whenever I need to, it's not consistent, but I check in when I need to check in. I feel like he saved my life, right? So it's really important for people to not be scared to reach out to professionals.
Yeah, remember that it's also a process. So don't be scared to consult a doctor or professional. You could learn some points from them too. And there are other people who would just keep on checking on their search internet, what would be the diagnosis already, what are the things that they have to do, and this would lead to confusion and being overwhelmed. So to lessen also, if you're ready, then you could get some consultation with a professional.
Yeah, I agree 100%. We have so many people out there that are dealing with stress, and work stress is one thing, family stress is another thing, and then you have the pandemic, which raises the level of stress to a whole new level. It can be daunting and overwhelming for many people. Just the fact that I have to wear a mask every time I go out. I have to wash my hands every time I shake somebody's hand, or I pick up a document or a cup or something. Wash the cubiertos of my plates or whatever before eating in a restaurant. Some people get so anal about that, and I'm guilty of that too. Where in the beginning I was really like freaking out about everything. Buy a UV box, Lysol everything before it comes into the house. All of these things, and it takes a toll, right, mentally, and that's all without your everyday life that you're dealing with, right? So it's really important that we help them get tools to deal with these issues, because I think I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people out there that don't even know they have anxiety or stress or depression or mental health issues. I have a good friend. He never really understood mental health, and he was working so hard, doing really well, and then all of a sudden he hits a wall, and it's like he couldn't function, or he couldn't fix or do simple tasks, right? And you see how stress and depression and anxiety have a major effect on a person's life, right? So one, bringing awareness; two, letting them acknowledge their stress, and three, helping out with these simple. It's simple, but you can say it's simple, and they are, if you do it, simple, but it takes a long time. Of constantly doing that to get out of that headspace, right? So I definitely appreciate all those things. Are there anything else that you think would be helpful for the viewers in terms of the stresses and the coping mechanisms that you'd like to
So there are a lot of coping techniques, but this one should be customized to you. So you are the only one who would know which one is working, which one is not. So right now, what are the top 5 things that you are doing to cope with certain stress, anxiety? And if this one works for you, always use that one, since you view it as effective tools to cope with this one. And this would be good for your mental health and also physically.
I agree 100%. And it's being able to get into habits, right? Regular habits, checklists, ticked off the boxes, Pomodoro technique, being mindful, doing this on a daily basis, will help get someone out of their rut, right? I want to kind of circle back now, before we end here. I want to kind of circle back to the technology and the stresses that it can bring to an individual, whether they're a child or a senior citizen and everything in between. What are your thoughts on this, and what are the best ways? Okay, as a parent, what are the best ways to limit my children, or to ensure that they're not getting overwhelmed and stressed out at such a young age with social media, with technology, with gadgets?
Yeah, I think this one depends too with a certain age. We have been hearing certain professionals that we have to limit technology, like certain games or applications and viewing, let's say for more than 2 hours. Well, based on the recommendation, kids or children should have less than 2 hours of sedentary time. That includes watching, playing mobile games and other apps. And if we've been dealing, or let's say they've become part of their lifestyle, what if we have, let's say we come to a situation that the internet is down for more than 1 day or 3 days? What are they going to do? So resiliency is the next thing that comes to play. Okay? When you say resilience is the ability to bounce back when things don't go as planned. So you need to have some backups. Okay, so if your kid just respond, oh no, I want iPad, I want to use this one, I want the internet. So could be that they're not equipped with being flexible, and that may be having an effect in our mental health. That may lead to a higher level of stress, anxiety, and probably other kinds of mental conditions. So the limitations and also other looking for other hobbies, activities should be also being considered, not just only one thing.
I really, that resonates with me. It really does. I have 4 children. My youngest is 6 years old, and my 6-year-old already addicted to the iPad. Can I use the iPad? First thing in the morning, she comes in, can I use it? And I'm like, no, and that resiliency, that not being able to be flexible to find a solution because that's all they want. They just want this. Those are great points for any parent out there, because I didn't think of it that way, right? I just thought that they're on their iPad, they're sedentary, they're going to get out of shape. It's going to, they're not going to lead an active lifestyle and a healthy lifestyle. And for me, that's important, right? I grew up active, and I felt that it helped me shape me to who I am today. And I push that on my children. But the fact that, what you just said, it just really is so important for other parents to know, because they don't know what they don't know. Right. So if you're going to say no iPad today, or only 2 hours, and they're arguing with you, in the end, we just say, oh, I'm tired of the complaints. We'll just give it to them, right? But then if the parents don't realize the effects on their children by not giving them tools to cope, or to learn how to get by without this tablet or technology or whatnot, that has a major effect on their lives. And, they might go into a depression at a younger age. And so it's really important, one, to limit what they can use. And I feel that great point, 2 hours a day. And at the same time, get them out and get them to learn, how to deal with life.
Yeah,
right?
Self-discovery.
Yeah, and that happens for me. I see it through, going out, letting them do dangerous things safely. They want to climb on top of a cabinet and jump to the other cabinet. You're there to monitor, and it's all part of self-discovery, getting confidence and things like that. I'm a proponent for all that. But to know that by us just saying, okay, sige nga, here you get the iPad, that limits their growth as an individual, as a person, and might not bring out the best in them as they become an adult, that resonates with me, and that's really important. Now I have to have my wife watch this so she learns too, right? My children, you know what? It was Doc John that said you cannot be on the iPad more than 2 hours a day. So these are things that really appreciative of. Do you have any other good points that we could drive home with parents of children that are always on technology and iPads or iPhones or TV or games?
Yeah. I think they're looking also for role models, and if they've seen that their parent is more active, let's say they're engaging with sports, or of course, aside from other using technology or iPads, then they're gonna try to follow you. So if you're being a role model, you're showing that you're doing this one, cycling with the kids, then they would really be happy. They find it pleasurable, and they'll be looking that one as another way to being part, incorporating as one of the stress reducing techniques.
So that means I have to start coaching them in their sports then. They've been asking me to, and I've been saying, no, I'm tired of football, I'm tired of soccer. You guys play, I'll watch. But I think these are good points. I need to do it with them and spend more time in these hobbies. Really, really good points, and really appreciate this talk today.